And we welcome you onto the rainy campus of Greensboro College for today's USA South women's soccer match between Greensboro College and Salem College. It is a rainy mess here today. We have been fighting some water gremlins with our equipment, and we've kind of got to the point where it's going to be what it's going to be today. So we apologize in advance, but we will do our best to bring you today's game as best as we can. Greensboro has clinched a postseason spot in the USA South, still playing for seeding. We'll keep an eye on what else is going on around the conferences that has a little bit of something to do with it. We'll update you on those scores here in a little bit, but really quickly we'll give you the starting lineups. First off, for Salem, in goal today it's going to be Appalucci with Newman, Morrill, Valentine, Areola, Ramos, Nito, Slayton, Powell, Zari, Kramer, and Wilson. And for Greensboro, it's going to be Hanson in goal with Mann, Cole, Friedlander, Petroskas, Cam, Brennan, Marcondes, Tag, and Robinson and Dawson. The starting lineup for the Pride today. Appalucci comes into today's game with a 2.54 goals against average, 75.8% the save percentage, 5-5-4 with 3 shutouts this year. As for Greensboro and Cheyenne Hanson, 1.26 the goals allowed average this year with a 77.1% save percentage, 8-6-2 the win-loss record with 5 shutouts this year. A incredible year, rookie sensation Cheyenne Hanson. We'll talk a little bit about where that puts her on some of the all-time lists as the afternoon goes on. But obviously some of the first and foremost concern is where things stand from a postseason standpoint, as Greensboro keeping an eye on a couple of teams ahead of them in the standings. Mary Baldwin comes into today 3 points ahead of the Pride, and Methodist comes in with a 2-point advantage. Methodist and North Carolina Wesleyan should be in the second half of their game right now. Let's check on that really quickly before we get underway. It is 2-1 North Carolina Wesleyan with 5 seconds to go, so Methodist is, barring a last-moment miracle, it is final, 2-1 Wesleyan. So Methodist has lost, and that opens the door for Greensboro to move up into the number 4 spot. We are underway here on a rainy afternoon as Salem will begin with possession. We told you it's a rainy mess today. It's 51 degrees, and it's not going to get any prettier. That is for sure. Salem in the blue uniforms, Greensboro wearing the white. And the Spirits to throw in on the far side. Salem comes into today 5-6-4, 2-4-2 in USA South play. So, again, kind of keeping an eye on things elsewhere, especially because Greensboro now has an opportunity to move up in the standings and potentially grab a host position on Saturday in the opening round of the USA South tournament. Down to the far side, it's Zari with it. She's tripped up by Marcondes, and that's going to be sent out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Greensboro. Thrown into Robinson, a quick touch taken away, though, by the Spirits. Greensboro will watch it go out of bounds just past the sideline, or the bench, rather, of Salem. Thrown in by Cole to Mann, working to her right. Pushes this to the sideline to Marcondes. Marcondes scored her first goal of the year and of her career just this past weekend, a 2-0 victory against Meredith as that goes out of bounds. And it will be a goal kick coming for Salem. So we mentioned, obviously, the Methodist loss. The other game that could play into things would be Mary Baldwin. They've just started against SVU about 30 minutes ago. Let's see if we can get you an update on that one. Southern Virginia with a 1-0 advantage with 15 minutes to go first half. So the door is open for the Pride to move all the way up to the number 3 spot today. We'll see how the rest of the day plays out. That one punched away by Appalucci. Marcondes on the near boundary to Friedlander. Friedlander playing with a cast on the right arm, a fracture suffered on Saturday, but she is out there. You know, it's interesting talking about the way that the season played out for Greensboro in terms of the starters. I was talking to Coach Mike Johnston earlier today, and I said if I had told you back at the end of August that the 5 players who would have started every game for Greensboro were 4 freshmen and Claire Friedlander, who's an incredibly talented player, but she's struggled through injuries in both of her first 2 seasons. He said, I don't know that I would have believed you. And yet here we stand. Friedlander started all 17 up to this point. So too did Cole, Marcondes, Petroskas, and Tag. That's sent in to Kendall Cam, and she'll drop it off. It'll be taken by Salem. Sent down the near side, and that's intercepted by Greensboro. It's Cole. Cole pushing it to Petroskas on the near boundary. Feeds this one up ahead just past Marcondes. Quick touch Robinson now to Marcondes. Keeps it in bounds just barely. And actually, no, it looks like she didn't. It'll be a turnover. Here comes Petroskas across to Dawson. Dawson a spin move, and this goes across to Brennan now just outside the offensive zone. And it's poked out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Salem. Good job there by Allison Mann to interrupt that pass. That's thrown to the far side and out of bounds. Again, if you missed the very beginning, we apologize. We're dealing with both the elements and technology that doesn't care for the elements. So we are down to a one-camera production today, and the camera is sitting right next to us under an awning, so to protect our equipment. So, again, we apologize. This is not the normal standard that we like to bring you a edition of Greensboro College Athletics, but given the elements outside, this is as best we can do, and we're just excited to be here with you today. Marcondes working to her left. Nice footwork to get around one defender. Looking to get around another, cannot. Headed there by Friedlander. Back to Brennan. Brennan pushing the issue up to Marcondes again. Over the middle, taken there to Robinson. Good feed back to Marcondes. Looking to one-touch it to Cam. Instead, it's intercepted and taken away. Here comes Slayton now. This is sent on up ahead and intercepted there by Mann. To Marcondes again. To Robinson. Robinson's got to wait up on the pass. Now working to her left. Oh, good feed to Marcondes, but too strong. Was taken away by Salem for a moment, but ends up back in the possession of Petroskas. Fires wide, and that is the first shot for Greensboro today. Check that, actually, the second shot for Greensboro today. Good feed up ahead for Salem. They're trying to work the near side boundary and a pass into the middle. Now working the left-hand side. Hanson racing out. She's going to get it and settle things down for the time being. Racing back into the box. Coming up on 8 minutes gone here in the first half. Marcondes working left-hand side. Tries to dump it off for Dawson. Dawson picks it up, continues the attack down the far side, now trying to work the end line. Tough angle header, score! What a pass there from Dawson. Appalucci jumped up to punch it out of the way, but she whiffed on it, and Trinity Robinson, with her second goal of the year, gives the Pride a 1-0 advantage. Robinson scored 3 goals at Guilford last year. That's her second as a member of the Pride. And for Dawson, that will be her 5th assist this year. Her first since Mary Baldwin back on October the 7th. And again, that's all the more important because if things continue the way they are right now, Greensboro will move into the number 3 spot. Actually, we have another update from Staunton, Virginia, and that's SVU has scored again to take a 2-0 advantage on Mary Baldwin. So a Mary Baldwin loss and a Greensboro win would put those two teams tied, and the Pride would have the tiebreaker. So things in the early going today breaking for Greensboro to move up from 5th to 3rd in the USA South standings. Here comes Salem over the middle. Now working around the back line. Ramos now to her left. Looking to pass over the middle, but taken away by Greensboro instead. Petroskis, a quick touch to Marcondes, now turning around. Marcondes looking to get back to Petroskis, intercepted by Kramer. Not for long, though. Goes back to Petroskis. Greensboro with it over the middle. Cam racing to her left. Feeds it to Dawson on the far side. Dawson pushes it back to Brennan just outside the offensive zone. Shea winds up but drops it off short to Allison Mann. Now back to Brennan. Brennan trying to get around a couple defenders. She finds Dawson on the boundary. Dawson trying to push it ahead to Friedlander, taken away, goes back to the back line of the Pride. It's tagged now near side to Cole. Cole winds up, sends this one over the middle. Settled there by Cam. Nice feed to Marcondes. Marcondes working right-hand side of the box, has it taken away. Here comes Salem up the middle. That was Slayton. Slayton feeding it far side as Shirai comes to get it. Pushing that one further along, interrupted by Brennan. And ultimately, possession won by the Pride over the middle is Friedlander, now near side to Petroskis. Petroskis, well, if this was a grass field, I would say sloshing up the near sideline, but it is what it is given the fact that we're playing on turf. That goes out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick here for Salem. Appalucci sends it away, and Brennan racing for it, trying to grab possession, boxing out the defender. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a Greensboro throw-in. Brennan will do the honors here. Throws it down the far boundary over the head of Dawson, and it will go out of bounds. 10 minutes gone, actually 11 minutes gone. Here comes the throw in and interrupted, and out of bounds it goes. It'll be another Greensboro throw in, this time Brennan, and headed out of bounds. Lights on as you would expect for a dreary day here at Pride Field. One thing not dreary at the moment, again, the odds or potential for Greensboro to host in the USA South Tournament. They did last year as well, hosted the opening round and swept Wesleyan, or defeated Wesleyan 4-0. Amory Skinner scored 3 in that game. Then they went on the road to Methodist, where they met their ultimate demise in the second round in the semifinals. Brennan to Dawson. Dawson crossing the center line. And it's now taken away, overrun there by Salem, and it goes to Mann. Mann sending it back to Cole. Cole across to Brennan, far side. Brennan to Dawson. Back to Shea. Long feed up ahead, looking for Marcondes, kind of centered it the other way for a moment. Lost it, ended up with it again, lost it again. Back and forth go the touches here. And now it's Salem with it in the middle as they looked across the offensive zone. Fancy footwork there for Nito, who we've talked about how dangerous she is, and I'm sure we'll get further into that in a little bit. But right now it's Trinity Robinson racing for possession far side. Brennan just pushed it in, now out of bounds. To Robinson, quick touch. Greensboro tries to send it into the front of the box again. Appalucci goes down to get it.
Hey, make sure it's recording. I did. All right, thank you.
Punt there. Appalucci sends it up, and Valente Ariola tries to settle it, lost it, now has it back, trying to regain possession right on the near boundary. She does, and works her way into the middle with a quick pass to Slayton. Slayton trying to go over the middle, finds Kendall Cam, who feeds it up ahead to Robinson, looking for a one-touch to Marcondes. It's going to be taken away, though. Well, Marcondes actually regains possession, now is ridden off of the ball by Zari, and that is sent out of bounds. No, stays in, took a weird hop. Nope, now they're going to say it went out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in here for Petroskas to Marcondes. Now to Mann. Mann poking it back to Marcondes near side. Trying to work her way right side of the box. Now trying to cross into the middle. Marcondes with the left hand. She's tripped up. Valente Ariola, long feed up ahead. Finds Addison Cole. Cole just sends it into the middle where Slayton picks it up. Slayton loses it to Mann. Now a long crossing pass. It will go out of bounds off of Salem. Greensboro to throw into Brennan. Brennan trying to work around her defender. Feeds it back to Tag. To Mann. Now back to Brennan again. Over 15 minutes gone here in the first half. Goes back to Hanson, where she will scoop it up. Coach Mike Johnston has lost his voice at some point over the last couple of days, and he's doing his best to fire the instructions out there to his team. He may need either a megaphone or relay the messages to Coach Papp, maybe. Goes out of bounds. Greensboro to throw in.
I think it's because the charger's not plugged in. Okay, never mind. That's HDMI cord. Sorry.
Greensboro pushing the issue. Here comes Dawson with the left. Dawson approaching the far side of the box, sends it in, and Appalucci makes the save. Well, I don't think it was a save necessarily. I think it was a crossing pass. 28:57 to go first half. Southern Virginia has taken a 2-0 lead into the break against Mary Baldwin. Greensboro trails the Fighting Squirrels by 3 points for third place. So if that game holds, Greensboro could hop, skip, and a jump from fifth to third. Here comes Cole. Cole's pass crosses the center line to Petroskas right in front of the Salem sideline. Feeds it deeper into the corner. Robinson's going to try to cut it off. She does. Good job getting around the defender. Robinson sends it far side, and Appalucci will smother it. it's not raining particularly hard. It is a annoying mist, and I think the wind makes it pool up in a couple places, probably worse than what you would expect. Here comes Marcondes. Nice feed to Kendall Cam over the middle. Quick one touch. Back to Marcondes. She's got an advantage on a foot race. Off of the hands of Appalucci. She scores. We told you when the dam broke it would break in a big way, and Marcondes has scored in 2 consecutive. Great passing back and forth between Marcondes and Cam. And Marcondes, with her second career goal, makes it 2-0 Pride here with 27:49 to go. Well, in a couple, or in a completely unrelated note, as these two teams are sloshing through the first half right now. This is actually the 4th consecutive year that Greensboro and Salem have played to conclude the regular season. So starting to become a little bit of a thing. Cam feeds it across to Dawson. Dawson sends it back to Brennan, who looks like has moved back to the defensive line. She'd moved up to midfield for a good stretch of time. But Brennan playing on the back line today. Now it's man in the middle. Trying to push the issue up ahead, looking for Robinson. Instead finds Zari, and it goes out of bounds. Greensboro will throw in. It'll be Dawson. Dawson to Robinson. Robinson working to her left. Good feed over the middle to Cam. Cam trying to settle it. Now has to work around one defender. Looking for a quick hit to Marcondes. Instead taken away. Here comes Shea Brennan coming up on the ball. Brennan keeping the possession alive for the Pride. Passes it out to Dawson. Dawson working to her left. Now trying to send it back over the middle. Nope, reversing field. Dawson coming in on the goal now. Quick pass out in front. Looking for Cam. It's going to go out of bounds. And I think Greensboro may have their first corner coming here. We'll see who touched it last. Yep, it'll be a corner coming for the Pride. First one for either team today. Corner comes in, redirected out in front, and cleared by Salem. Quick touch here to Nito. Cole has it, sends it back to Tag. Nito sprinting in on Rosie, trying to make life difficult. Tag gets it out to Petroskis just past the middle line, and Petroskis sends it out of bounds. Throwing it in now is Kramer. Kramer, quick touch, and right back to her. Feeding it over the middle to Zari. To Valente Areola. Over the middle. That's Newman. Newman looking for Nito, taken away by Greensboro for a moment. And Valente Areola fires this one in on net. Well, off the net, actually, but the net the closest thing to it other than Cheyenne Hansen, who will go grab it. Well, we've talked about Darlene Nito a little bit. 22 goals this year, which is a program record for Salem as the wind starts to whip up even harder now. But to put it into perspective, she scored 22 of Salem's 31 goals. She has 70 career goals for the Spirits. Second place all-time has just 46. So when I talked to Coach Mike Johnston ahead of the game today, what is the key today? He said, keep Nito off the board, and that was, he said, really, you do that and you're in a decent spot. She certainly is the main focal point of the offense. And really, you look at some of the other numbers because of her, Salem does score 2.07 goals per game. However, they give up 2.6 goals per game. Greensboro's already picked up 2 early. 24-20 to go first half. Free kick coming here for the Spirits. Powell sends it forward. Quick touch there. by Newman. Greensboro will try to send it out into the middle. They do. Possession being fought for right now, taken by Robinson. Now a quick feed up ahead from Friedlander. Looking for Marcondes, but too strong. Comes across to Kramer. Kramer working near side to Valente Ariola. Nice move there to get around Robinson. And turns it over. Was looking for Zari. Instead finds Marcondes. Cole down the near side to Petroskis, getting around one. Petroskis feeds it in on Kendall Cam, pushes it further into the corner. Robinson's going to watch it go out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick here for Appaloochie. Appaloochie just pokes it to the side. And here comes Salem again, taken away by Friedlander for a moment. Robinson trying to get in the way of that Salem pass and succeeds on sending it back to the back line. Appaloochie, though, will keep it in play. She'll punt it away towards the middle. Quick header there. On the far side, taken away, though, by Greensboro. Well, for a moment, one pass, and then back the other way it goes. Zari with it. And now a feed up ahead with a foot race won by Addison Cole. That one up ahead now to Zari, or to Shirai, rather. And out of bounds. Brennan to throw in on the far boundary. Not a ton of people here today, as one would expect for a miserable Wednesday afternoon. We'd like to think most people are actually tuning in and watching digitally as opposed to being here. Yeah. Feed up to the front of the box, taken away by Salem. Valente Ariola with it, now trying to work her way across the center line. Feed up ahead. Goes all the way back to Hansen. .21-20 to go first half. Greensboro with a 2-0 advantage. And if things hold the way they currently are, the Pride could be looking at a number 3 seed in the USA South tournament. Nito up the middle, and Hansen will stop it. Hansen picks it up, thought about just rolling it up the middle, but when Nito came over and applied a little bit of pressure, Cheyenne thought better of it. It's Trinity Robinson working just shy of the center line, now pushes it up to Dawson. Dawson surveys the scene, jogs towards the middle, finds Friedlander again. Now to Cole, or to Mann, rather. Mann, quick pass up the middle to Cam. Cam back to Mann. Mann fires this one, going to miss wide right, just off of the football play clock and out of bounds. Lush will check in for Friedlander. Greensboro making their first substitution of the game with 20:10 to play. You know, we were looking at it earlier today, and if men's soccer take care of things today, or at least pick up a tie, will be the first time since 2020 that men's and women's soccer have both had a winning record in the same season. Cole with it just outside of the offensive zone, feeds it across to Brennan. Brennan trying to work around Newman. Now Brennan feeds it, intended for Petroskis, intercepted though. Valente Ariola trying to work up the middle. Abby Lush takes it away. So Lush fresh into the game and already making an impact here on defense. This one goes across to Newman. Newman crosses the center line. Good quick pass there to Shirai. And it's going to go all the way back to Hansen, who again will dribble a few touches and then pick it up. Under 19 to go first half. Again, Southern Virginia leading Mary Baldwin by 2 at the break. And again, Greensboro needs a Mary Baldwin loss and a Greensboro win to move into the number 3 spot. If Mary Baldwin comes away with a point and Greensboro wins, they will be the number 4 spot, still hosting on Sunday. But it just kind of changes seedings a little bit. Here comes Cam. Cam pushing it to Lush. Lush, nice move to get around one defender, and her shot attempt is blocked out in front. Good job there by Lush to reverse direction. Just could not get enough separation between herself and the defender to get a really strong shot off. Here comes Brennan with it now after the throw-in to Robinson. Robinson feeds it to Cam. Cam, quick touch to Lush. Lush goes right to left and again cleared by Salem. Outside the attacking zone of the Pride, now to Cole. Cole sends this one high in the air, headed away by the Spirits, out of bounds, or not out of bounds, rather, out of the zone to Mann. Brennan will recover. Back to Mann. And Mann misfires out of bounds. She apologizes to Petroskis on that one. And after the Salem throw-in, it goes back to Petroskis. For a moment, though, her pass intended for Lush is turned aside, and here comes Kramer with it. Pass on the far side to Newman, poked out of bounds by the Pride. It'll be a Salem throw-in. We are approaching 17 minutes to go first half. Good move there by Marcondes as she tries to work into the offensive zone. Her pass, though, intercepted, intended for Lush. Here comes Salem speeding up the other way. Shirai pushed off of it just shy of the center line. Contact between Newman and Brennan. Ball goes out of bounds. Both get up. And it will be Salem to throw it in. Robinson gets a shoulder on it. Now to Brennan to tag. To Cole. Greensboro has worked it far side to the near. Good pass over the middle to Mann. Mann trying to get around her defender. Oh, putting Shirai through the spin cycle there. Allison Mann. Pass deflected, ends up in Marcondes' possession, though, so no harm, no foul to Lush. Abby Lush trying to push it ahead to Cam, has it taken away. Possession stays with Brennan. Now Brennan turns it over. Well, that's one good thing for Greensboro today. We certainly have seen a lot more time possessing it. We've seen a couple of games where the Pride have kind of been playing catch-up a little bit. We've been playing on their heels a couple of times, but today Greensboro has certainly been the more aggressive team offensively. Here comes Petroskis. Petroskis now playing defense here against Kramer. Takes it away, loses it. And Greensboro ultimately ends up with it, if just for a touch from Cole. Now back to the Spirits it goes. Valente Ariola trying to work her way around Robinson. She does, now loses it, dribbles too far away from her body. Robinson takes it to Marcondes. Marcondes surveys the scene over to Petroskis. Quick touch to Robinson, who's got to put on the brakes to get to it. Now sends it over to Mann. And you're going to see a lot of that today. Robinson just slipped at the center line. And as the conditions continue to be wet and slick on the turf field, I don't think that's the first time you're going to see someone lose their footing in open space. You just certainly hope that everybody stays healthy. And, you know, when you have a slick turf field like this, that's where you get concerned about potential non-contact injuries, so to speak. So substitutions coming. McElwain checking in for the Pride. Salem sending in Sky Sykes. Petroskis to throw in, headed away and out of bounds by Kramer. Petroskas another quick throw in, this time looking for Lush. Lush trying to get it back to Cam. Didn't get enough on that pass. It's taken away. Man had it, lost it. And Shirai trying to chase it down. Then slips on the ball again. We told you you're going to see that today. Sends it back to Salem's back line. They will reset things. Downs by McElwain. Feeds it up ahead to Lush, who loses possession. Back to McElwain for a quick touch, but that's taken away. And settled down by Wilson. Karaming back to Tag. Tag trying to shield Sykes. It goes out of bounds. And she'll send it over to Hanson for a goal kick, but not before a substitution. Mackenzie Taylor coming in for Kendall Cam. 12:34 to go first half. Pride lead it 2-0. Early second half update from Staunton, Virginia. Southern Virginia has scored again to now take a 3-0 lead on Mary Baldwin. So things certainly going Greensboro's way, both here at Pride Field and across the USA South. Goes out of bounds just off of the flag over there, and it'll be a throw-in deep in their own territory for the Pride. Foot race, McElwain has it taken away and out of bounds by Shirai. McElwain with it, trying to poke it over the middle. Slayton has it now. To Brennan. Brennan sending it all the way back now to Cole. Cole, pass on the ground, taken away by Slayton. That's taken away by Robinson. Robinson to Mann. Mann fires it. I think she was looking for Taylor, instead found an unsuspecting Robinson. And now Newman with it just outside the offensive zone. Robinson playing some tough defense there. Greensboro with a couple of substitutions waiting. Garrity and Sanzata. Sanzata looks cold, and I agree. Long feed up ahead. And taken away by Kramer. Intercepted Man. Man to Petroskas, works her way into the offensive zone near side boundary. She's going to have to foot race here with Kramer. Kramer's going to take it away. And Nito working near boundary now. Double teamed by Petroskas and Mann. Pass over the middle to Zari. Zari does a 360, doesn't really see anything she likes anywhere. Finds Nito. Nito, quick touch back to Zari. Just slowly working their way up the boundary. Nito sends this one deep into the box. Hanson will scoop it up on 2 hops. It was not on goal, outside the far post. And sent deep into Greensboro's attacking zone, where Powell will settle it. McElwain getting in the way of that pass, intercepted. Now it's Lush. Lush cannot get around her defender. Now she does. Abby Lush generating some steam on the far side. That's cleared out of bounds. Subs coming. Here comes Garrity and Sanzata now. Mann will check out for Greensboro. And Robinson will as well. Shots go 6-0 for Greensboro right now. Cheyenne Hanson has not been challenged as we're approaching 9 minutes to go first half. Sanzata with it, just outside the left side, passes this one on up ahead. Too strong was the dribbling from Taylor. Could not keep it close enough to her possession, and it goes out of bounds. Ramos with it, trying to work her way up the middle. She splits a couple Greensboro defenders. Sends this one down for Sykes. Instead, it's Greensboro with it now. Here comes Cole. Cole to Petroskas, has to come up and get that one. She's got Taylor to the far side, or to the near side, rather. Couldn't push it strong enough. Garrity, though, trying to maintain possession, is taken away by Zari. Sent on up ahead now by Salem, where Cole redirects, sends it on up ahead. Taylor and Shirai fighting for it. Now Garrity. And Shirai sends it back over to the middle where Newman is. Newman keeping the ball away from Brennan. Pushes it just further up ahead past the middle where Marcondes takes it over. Feeds it to the side to Taylor. Taylor's got a wide open Petroskas towards the near corner. Petroskas racing. Can she keep it in bounds? Looks like she did, but just sends it in on Appalucci. Easy stop there for the Salem netminders. 7:30 to go first half. Sent on up ahead on the punt. One hop crosses the center line, headed by Marcondes. Header missed by Newman. And McElwain with it. She'll send it back to Shea Brennan, who winds up and fires it out of bounds down the far boundary. It'll be a throw-in for the Spirits. So we've talked all about Greensboro's postseason situation. Salem is the last team in right now, but the good thing is they cannot lose that spot. Pfeiffer would have to score, or would have to pick up 4 points in one game, which to my knowledge is not something you can do. So Salem is in, but again, their exact seeding TBD. Tag up ahead to Garrity. To Marcondes. Going near side now to a new check-in for Greensboro. That's Hillary Grayley has come in for the Pride. And that one out of bounds just wide of the net. It will be a corner rather for Greensboro, their second. So McElwain going to the near right corner, something that she has done regularly this year. Marcondes near. McElwain, though, winds up, sends this one into the box. A liner settled there for a moment and cleared. Only partially, though. Garrity keeps it in the attacking zone for the Pride. That one goes over Grayley. And finally, it's Nito with it crossing the center line. Nito, of the 22 goals this year, working to the left, gets around Cole, but Rosie Tagg says no further. Sends it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in just past the Greensboro bench. 5:30 to go, first half. Kramer to throw in. 2-goal lead for the Pride. Looking for a chance to host in the opening round of the USA South Tournament on Saturday. I know we've reiterated that a lot of times, but considering where this team was a couple weeks ago, it's a big accomplishment, especially with how young this team is. Up ahead to Sanzata, pushes it to Taylor. Taylor fires over the middle, has it taken away by Powell. Powell to Ramos. And intercepted again. Garrity's played some strong defense here in the middle third since coming into the game just a couple of minutes ago. 4 minutes ago, and I think we've already called her name 3 or 4 times. Newman pushes it up ahead looking for Sykes. Instead finds Tagg. Back to Newman, back to Tagg. Now McElwain to Garrity. Greensboro trying to mount a little bit of a run up the far side. Now to Lush in the middle. Lush turns, wants to run. Good job redirecting there around Powell. Lush to her left. She's got an option to the far side. That's McElwain. Chips it on in. And a whistle called there before Garrity could unload. And the offside's going to be the call here, I believe. Now to Powell on the Free kick for Salem. Powell fires this one over the middle to Zari. And Rosie Tag pokes it away in the middle. Now to Garrity. Far side, McElwain. McElwain gets it into Sanzata. Just outside to the left of the box. Sanzata settling, keeping away from a defender. Pass over the middle to Lush. That's taken away. And we've got a whistle here and a foul against Salem as Lush is knocked to the turf with 3 minutes remaining. Free kick coming. It's going to be Brennan. Everybody getting set here just outside the 18 for Brennan. So a wall of about 4 strong for the Spirits in front of the far post. At the 18, Brennan ready. Shea winds up, sends this one high and over the crossbar. If she had scored, that train would have had a perfectly timed goal horn. Unfortunately, Shea's shot a little bit too high. Appalucci sends it in, almost taken away by Lush. A frantic clear there for Salem, goes to the far side, Newman. Calling for it, Slayton. Instead, though, Slayton having to deal with Marcondes, and Cameron will take it away. Brennan passes up ahead to Sanzata. Quick touch to McElwain up the far side. Now to Lush. Lush having to work around Powell. It goes out of bounds. Salem to throw in, 90 seconds to go, first half. Salem throws it in. It's Slayton. Having to deal between 2 Greensboro defenders. Goes out of bounds. Possession remains with Salem. No shots for the Spirits here in the first half unless they can generate something here in the final 70 seconds. You heard about what Coach Johnston said pregame. They need to stop Nito. I think you could say so far so good through 45 minutes. Although here comes Nito with it now. No, Marcondes keeps it with her. Good job there for Marcondes. Pokes this one up ahead looking for Grayley, but she's not going to get to it. Ramos will make sure of that as it goes out of bounds over the end line. 45 to go, first half. Appalucci ready. We'll just send it to the side to Ramos, who will send it further on ahead, headed by Garrity. Now to Marcondes, had it for a moment. Zari sends it up ahead, Newman. Newman, quick touch. Up to the far side and out of bounds. Greensboro to throw in. McElwain with 14 seconds left to Garrity. I don't think Greensboro really going to push the issue too much. Although, as I say that, they send it down the far boundary. Sanzata watches it go out of bounds. And now the players shaking their arms will head in, hopefully to try to warm up a little bit. 45 minutes in the books, and Greensboro with a 2-0 advantage as they look to try to earn a hosting spot in the opening round of the USA South Tournament. We'll talk a little bit about some of the other scores and first half stats in a little bit. But again, if you are outside, wherever you may be, we hope you are warm. And if not, we hope you can get warm soon, as Greensboro with a 2-0 advantage here at the break on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Halftime at Pride Field, Greensboro College with a 2-0 advantage over Salem at the break as Greensboro looking to clinch a host spot in the USA South tournament. They've already clinched a playoff berth, but now just trying to take it one step further. Let's take a look at some of your first half numbers here. 45 minutes in the books. Greensboro has outshot Salem 8-0 in the first half, including 4-0 on goal. 2 corners for the Pride, 1 foul for Salem, and what's otherwise been a fairly clean first half, if not a sloppy first half from a weather standpoint. Appalucci with 2 saves, and she has allowed 2 goals, and that is it for individual stats for Salem. For Greensboro right now, 2 shots for Shea Brennan, 1 for Allison Mann. Cam has no shots, but she does have an assist. 1 shot and a goal for Marcondes, 1 shot and a goal for Trinity Robinson. Dawson with 1 shot on goal with an assist, 1 shot on goal for Taylor, and 1 shot that missed wide for Lush. Greensboro got on the board with a goal from Marcondes, a goal from Trinity Robinson to make it 1-0 at the 7:47 mark. 17-12 to go in the first half, and Marcondes would pick up her second goal of the year to give the Pride a 2-0 advantage. Again, halftime here. It is a rainy day, and we apologize again from a technical standpoint. We have had to bare bones it today, if you will, as we're trying to keep our equipment dry. And quite frankly, the men's broadcast is a little bit up in the air right now, as we're kind of fighting the elements here outside and trying to keep things dry to the best of our ability. But we'll bring you the second 45 here from Pride Field in the women's game once the second half gets underway. 9:50 to go in halftime. We'll take a break again. When we come back, we'll take a look at what else is going on around the conference. Again, Greensboro already got one of 2 things they needed today, and that was a Methodist loss to North Carolina Wesleyan. We'll check in on the Mary Baldwin SVU game again in a little bit. Pride lead at 2-0 at the break on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Time now for a look around the USA South. Again, one game already final today, and an important one for Greensboro. It certainly was. Methodist fell on the road at North Carolina Wesleyan. And right now, the other game that we're keeping an eye on, Mary Baldwin is trailing SVU 3-0 right now in the second half. That game with 20 minutes remaining, and the Pride, with a Mary Baldwin loss and a Greensboro win, would move all the way up to the number 3 spot in the USA South seedings. Meredith and William Peace underway at 3 o'clock today, and that one ended in a scoreless tie between the Pacers and the Avenging Angels. So Meredith with 11 points to finish their season, so they will not be able to pass Greensboro. And William Peace finishes the year garnering a point in conference play, finishing 0-8-1. Still to come later today, actually just getting underway, Pfeiffer on the road at Brevard, and that is a battle between 8-0 and 1-6-1. So that's kind of where that one stands right now as well. But again, keeping an eye on SVU, leading Mary Baldwin with 20 minutes to go, 3-0 to score in that one. And we will step aside one final time, get you ready for second half action when we come back. Pride lead at 2-0 at the break over Salem on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Second half action about to get underway here at Pride Field. Greensboro College leading Salem 2-0 at the break. And again, looking to secure their spot as a host location in the opening round of the USA South Tournament, which is set to begin on Saturday. Men's and women's tournaments both beginning on Saturday. And Greensboro staring at what could potentially be what you would call a good problem to have, and that is if things continue this way on the women's side of things, and then depending on what happens with the men later today, there is a possibility Greensboro has 4 events here on Saturday between football, a volleyball tri-match, and then could be both men's and women's tournament soccer being played here as well. So certainly would cause some scrambling to figure out the staffing of that. But like I said, good problem to have if your teams are finding success and finding their way into not only the postseason but a host position for the postseason. So again, Greensboro out shooting Salem 8-0 in the first half, and we'll see if they can continue that offensively in the second set of 45. And can they continue to keep Darylyn Nito off of the score column? I think would be a big thing for Greensboro today, as it has been so far. But really for Salem, they've got to figure out a way to generate some offensive pressure, because the Pride up to this point have not really allowed Salem that far in to the attacking zone. And that has certainly been a large part, largely in part to how good the back line of Greensboro has been this year and has been today. The sideways mist continuing to fall, which means I'm going to try to see if I can pull my hood up over the headset. Success. All right. Second half getting ready to get started. Salem will begin with possession. And Nito with a quick touch over to Slayton, now right back to her. Her pass intended over here for Sheree. He's turned aside. And here comes Robinson now working near boundary. Robinson, good move, getting around Powell. Now tries to work her way inside the box. It's going to be cleared and sent out of bounds by Ramos. Good defense there for Salem, even though Robinson able to make one miss. Greensboro throws it in. It's Brennan. Brennan trying to send it far side, was looking for Kendall Cam. Looking for Petroskis over there. And that goes out of bounds. It will be a Salem throw-in with Zari. To Petroskis, getting in the way of that one now to Friedlander. Friedlander chips it on back. Looking for Marcondes, tries to keep it in play. Marcondes over the middle, has it taken away, going over the end line. Salem content to watch it do so. Wilson, that's Kramer over there. She will watch it go over the end line. Appalucci, as she has been apt to do today, just tapping it sideways on the goal kicks, not trying to put a whole lot on it. Does the same thing here, sends it side to Powell. Powell sends it up ahead to Shirai. And back to Newman now, whose pass will go out of bounds. Brennan to throw in. Quick throw to Dawson. Dawson sends it all the way back to Tag. Rosie going back to get it. And chips it on past the center line, far side to Petroskis. Intercepting it, though, are the Spirits, and they work their way over the middle third. Nope, that's going to be taken away. Marcondes, good job getting around her defender. Marcondes pushing the issue into the middle, looking for help. Nope, she continues to get past the line. What a save there by Appalucci, takes it away. Marcondes just trying to sneak it in far post. Greensboro maintains possession, though. This sent over the middle, looking for Cam. Taken away, though, by the Spirits. Man getting in the way of that one. The high bounder. Finally settled back by Friedlander. And now it's Brennan outside the offensive zone. Brennan trying to get around Shirai. Chips this one on into Marcondes. One touch. Brennan tries to keep it inbound. She does along the inline. Fires this one. Tough angle. Appalucci with it. Almost 4 minutes gone. 3.5 to be exact. Sent on up ahead now to Petroskis. Was trying to time it just right. Petroska's working far side, looking for Robinson. Robinson was not looking for the pass, taken away by Salem. Long feed up ahead. Nice touch there for Nito. Nito now racing far side, trying to get around Rosie Tagg. That's been a tough order for teams this year. Rosie Tagg, good speed on the far boundary. It goes out of bounds. And this will be a corner kick for Salem, their first today. Spirits still looking for their first shot on goal. Nito sends this one in. Header missed by Mann. Brennan trying to chase it down. She will, and she will fling it out of bounds. Kramer with it. Now taken away Friedlander. Friedlander chips it far side. No help there for the Pride, so it'll go out of bounds and be a throw in for Kramer here just past the center line. She does throw it in, right back to her. And now Allison Mann, a long feed. Here comes Robinson. If she can get to it first, no, it's going to be Powell getting to it. Wilson getting around Dawson. Shirai with it. Trying to find a corner on Cam. Instead sends it back to Ramos. Spirits again try to mount something on offense. Here's a foot race. Nito and Mann. Mann's going to send it out of bounds. And again, Greensboro continues to deny Darrell and Nito today. Told a little bit of her accolades in the first half. 22 goals for Salem this year, a season high, or a single season high for the program. Not only that, but her 70 career goals are 24 more than second place all time for the Spirits. The senior in the late stages of what have been easily one of the best careers in Salem history and in all the USA South as well. Throw into Marcondes. Marcondes is knocked off of the ball by Salem. It's going to be a foot race to pick up the loose ball. And it will be Slayton. Slayton's pass intercepted by Dawson. Dawson winds up, fires off of the crossbar. Oh, Alex Dawson could not be any closer than that. Off of Appalucci's fingers, off of the crossbar, and out. It goes out of bounds now. It's a Greensboro throw-in to Friedlander. Dawson, a near miss. Now Marcondes with it. Has it, lost it, has it again. Tries to poke this one out to Friedlander. Sends this one on Appalucci. And she'll scoop it up. Oh, Dawson just missed. We've seen her on the play creation this year. A lot of assists, but just missed on the goal opportunity. Mann firing this one back down. Appalucci's going to corral it. Coming up on 7.5 gone in the second half. Here comes Petroskis with it now. She's trying to find Marcondes. Instead, finds the foot of Kramer. It goes out of bounds. Greensboro to throw in. Throw in intended for Robinson. Instead, taken by a blue jersey. Slayton. Slayton tries to feed it on up ahead. She does. Now back to Newman in the middle. Newman sends it near side to Shirai. Good move there. Tipped by Brennan. And Greensboro with it. Shirai with it. And chips it back to Newman, who tries to just send it in the air over the middle, hoping that Nito can get there. She cannot. Greensboro sends it back the other way, trying to settle it as Zari. Now towards the far boundary, that's Kramer. Taken away by Greensboro. Here comes Marcondes. Marcondes running into a couple defenders, loses possession. Robinson trying hard to get it back, cannot do so. Spirits trying to clear it out of the Greensboro attacking zone. They do, at least for a moment. Brennan with it, trying to keep Shirai at an arm's length. Now she sends it down far side. It's Petroskas. Petroskas sizing up her opponent, now racing to the front of the box. Sends it back to Marcondes. Marcondes pushing this one to Friedlander. Friedlander makes one miss. Back to Friedlander. A low liner. That's going to be blocked in front. And again cleared by Salem. The Spirits weather that Pride storm. Cole looking for Petroskas. Misfired on the pass. Kramer will send it out of bounds towards the bleachers. 10 minutes gone. Robinson trying to race over towards the middle. Looking for Cam. Cam sends it back to Brennan outside the offensive zone. Now Brennan sends it back in. Dawson near side. Dawson trying to get around Wilson. Wilson taps it away. Dawson recovers. It goes out of bounds. Ball last touched by Salem. So Dawson a quick throw into Robinson. And that will go out of bounds again. Possession remains with Greensboro. Dawson this time sends it a little further back to Brennan. Brennan sizing it up. Shea fires this one, knocked aside by Ramos. Greensboro still trying to keep possession in the front of the box. Marcondes, a shot off of the arm, I think, of Appalucci. Again, a great look for Marcondes. Appalucci just getting enough of that one to redirect it. Well, we can certainly tell Marcondes has not lost the hot foot from Wednesday, or from Saturday, rather. It'll be a corner kick here for the Pride. Serve is high. The wind has knocked that one down considerably. Marcondes settles it, tries to push this one in. It's going to get cleared out. Brennan, though, with it, and Brennan winds and misses high. Shea trying to get in on the action as well. She's put a couple of shots on now. Ball's gone out of bounds. And Newman needed a moment. She's good now. Ball sent in. Contact there between Brennan and Shirai. It'll be a foul on Brennan. And a free kick coming here for Powell. Powell on the ground, back to Ramos. Ramos sends it across to Wilson. Wilson trying to work on Dawson. Dawson gets in the way of that passing lane. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in following the substitution. Looks like a number 6. I don't have a 6 on my roster, so we'll hang on, figure out who that is. Thrown in by Wilson to Mystery 6, we'll say. Now Robinson takes it away. Robinson looking to Marcondes, right-hand side. Marcondes fires, tries to curl it in, cannot do so. It misses wide. And it'll be another goal kick coming. To Ramos. Long feed up to the far side. Salem with it in the middle. Marcondes takes it away. Greensboro continues to not allow Salem to penetrate offensively. Wilson feeds near side to our current mystery player. Again, we'll figure out who that is in just a moment. Taken by Tag, knocked out of bounds. Number 6, Ashley Guzman for Salem. Dawson with it, pushes this ahead to Cam. Cam's pass from Marcondes turned away. Now to Nito. Nito trying to settle it and working her way on. Man, good footwork there for Nito, but even better defense by Kendall Cam. Greensboro takes it away again. This time it's Dawson. Dawson is pushed down by Nito. And a little jawing between Dawson and Nito. It'll be a free kick here for Brennan. Brennan, a low curler. Wilson will settle it. Dawson, though, gets in the way, knocks it further down the line, and can play it no further. It'll be a deep throw in for Salem. Mackenzie Taylor about to check in for Greensboro after Wilson throws in. Dawson getting in the way of that pass. Pushes it up ahead to Robinson. Robinson trying to get around Powell and tries to ride Wilson off of it. It goes out of bounds. Taylor checking in. Friedlander coming out. Just under 30 minutes to go. As Ramos looking to send it up to the far side. She does. And again taken away by Greensboro. Here comes Marcondes working right-hand side of the box. Marcondes slowing down, and that one redirected by Ramos out of bounds. Final score from Staunton, Virginia, 4-0 SVU, your final. So Greensboro now has a wide-open path to move into the number 3 spot in the USA South seedings with losses by Methodist and Mary Baldwin today. Greensboro can move from 5th to 3rd. Again, that score has just gone final, 4-0 in favor of Southern Virginia. That corner is headed there, trying to head it back into the net and out of bounds. Actually, let me amend what I said. Final score 4-1. Mary Baldwin scored one in the final 10 seconds. But still, the comment stands that SVU picks up a victory today over the Fighting Squirrels. So the Pride 30 minutes away, 28-30 to be exact, from a number 3 seed in the USA South tournament. Dawson weaving in and out of traffic. Working far side. Good feed to Robinson. Robinson inside a couple defenders. Now working to the middle. Chipper there by Cam. It's going to curl off and to the right. A little too much white jersey traffic in front of the goal there. Greensboro really couldn't get out of their own way. Nito working this one up ahead. Guzman and Brennan fighting for it in the corner. Brennan shielding. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. So Hansen on the goal kick. Cheyenne sending this one towards Dawson. Dawson, a really quick settle there. Good job. Feeds this one down the line to Cam. Kendall Cam off to the races now. On the left wing, pokes this one up ahead to Marcondes. Marcondes having to settle quickly. Oh, a nice looking, or I like the thought there, looking for Robinson. Was just trying a little push pass there. But Robinson, the intended target, Salem getting in the way and knocking it out of bounds. It'll be a corner. Great look there for Greensboro. Just Couldn't get the pass around a couple of blue jerseys. Now to Brennan. Brennan lines up. Shot high and a score! Shea Brennan over the outstretched arms of Appalucci. And Greensboro leads 3-0 on Brennan's first goal of the day, her third of the year, and the 8th of her career. Her first goal since September 27th against Pfeiffer. Brennan buried it perfectly just inside the top right corner. First time Greensboro has reached 3 goals since scoring 4 against William Peace on the 11th of October. Ramos sends this one up ahead in the middle. Nito now working on man. Unloads on this one just to get something in the general direction of Hansen. That shot, an easy save from long range for Hansen, but it is the first shot of the game for Salem. Header there, Dawson to Robinson. Robinson trying to feed it up ahead to Dawson. Instead has it taken away. Salem pushes out of bounds. They're kind of looking a little bit ahead as far as what the men's situation looks like. Again, men's soccer has clinched a spot, but their seeding still to be determined as well. Currently, they are the number 5. They're keeping an eye on Methodist as well. Methodist 1 point ahead of the Greensboro College men's team. Everybody on the men's soccer side starting at 1 o'clock, or at 7 o'clock rather tonight. So we will bring you live updates of that one as well. This one fed up into the middle. It's Slayton. Slayton trying to turn reverse direction. Taking away Guzman. And Rosie Tagg will send it back out to the middle. To Wilson. Wilson to Newman. And taking away Marcondes. Marcondes a little bit tied up there with Newman. Looking for help. And a foul called on Newman. It'll be a free kick for the Pride. 24:30 to go in the game. Greensboro 3-0 advantage. Tagg will kick this one from just past the center line. Tagg winds up, fires this one towards the front. Ramos, front of the box, that is. Ramos will head it. Greensboro fighting for possession. I think that's Cam. Cam and can't see Zari there. It's going to be a foul on Cam. And here comes Salem with it now. Crossing the middle, now to the far side. Shots go 15-1 for Greensboro. Wilson to Ramos at the middle. Ramos sends it up ahead, taken away by Cole. Well, at this point, we have to also start talking about the performance of Hansen. Granted, not a ton happening for Cheyenne today. Certainly not her own fault, as Lush checking in. Substitution as well for Salem. Shirai checking in. But if Hansen can complete what will be her 6th clean sheet of the year, this is what that would do for her. She would tie Brittany Morrison in the 2015 season for 5th on the single-season clean sheet list, currently in a 4-way tie for 6th with 5 clean sheets. Would give her a victory, which would join a 4-way tie in 9th for single-season wins. She has 8, and a win today would be her 9th. Also would tie her already for 9th on the career shutouts list with 5. with Suzanne Midkiff and Shireen Nvala. Needs 2, does Hansen, to tie Carrie Wells, in 8th place. So Cheyenne Hansen already moving up some leaderboards here as a freshman. An incredible campaign for the Greensboro netminder. 21:45 to play. So here's Brennan to Dawson. Greensboro content to start bleeding a little bit of this time with a 3-0 advantage. Man overran that pass, had it taken away for a moment. Now a long feed up ahead from Cole to Robinson. Robinson settles. Greensboro may have an opportunity again. Passes this one to Marcondes. Marcondes having to work past one defender and a goalkeeper. Shot. No, pass goes wide, rather, looking for Robinson. Robinson settled. She fires that one, redirected out in front. The follow through, Lush, the score! Abby Lush makes it 4-0 Greensboro. And Greensboro just putting the finishing touches on what will be a jump from 5th to 3rd in the conference standings and grabbing a little bit of momentum with a couple back-to-back wins heading into conference tournament time. Checking in, Sanzata. Coming out is Cam. Abby Lush, who has come on in a big way here at the end of 2025's regular season, to the tune of well, my cold fingers can turn the pages here. Abby Lush has now scored 5 goals in the last 7 games. Nito chips this one up ahead towards Newman. Newman working left-hand side. She gets around tag, unwinds, fires. Just off the mark. Hit the net, but outside the post. Newman's shot the second for Salem today, 20:40 to play. And a whistle here prior to the kick from Tag. Tag winds up and sends a low screamer up the middle, taken by Marcondes. Marcondes feeds it to Dawson, pass too strong. Wilson will redirect it to Shirai. That's poked out of bounds. Also, Audrey Edwards has checked in for Greensboro. It'll be a throw in for Wilson. Under 20 to go here. In the mist and the cold, Greensboro has been red hot. How about the accuracy of their 16 shots? 10 of them have been on goal. Here comes Nito. That one redirected and a header and stopped. Offsides, I think the call. Nito had it redirected by a Greensboro defender, and then a header attempt from Newman was missed. Best scoring opportunity for the Spirits today is turned aside, and Greensboro's Sanzata crossing the middle line now. Pride now working towards the offensive zone. Feed up ahead for Robinson. That's turned away. Goes to Ramos. Ramos up the middle. Short pass to Slayton. Now working near side. Greensboro trying to take it away. They do. It's Dawson. Dawson to her left. Trying to speed around Wilson. Now settles, wanting to redirect. Sends this one to Marcondes. Marcondes, good footwork there to get around one defender. Can she poke it around a second? She cannot. It's taken away. Up ahead he goes to Shirai. A little bit of cushion between herself and Edwards. Edwards content to give her a little bit of cushion. Now to Nito. Quick one touch taken away by Taylor. And Tag will wind up. Sends it back towards the center line where Marcondes will settle in front of her defender. Another new player we have not mentioned yet today. It's Haley Eisenbraun. Robinson with it. Getting around Wilson now to Dawson. Dawson again working left. Wilson speeding in after her. Dawson continues to push the issue. Now will fire this one to the front of the net. Redirected there by Ramos. Greensboro trying to keep possession in front of the box. They don't. It goes further back. Taylor keeps it in the zone. Now she'll wind up and fire right into the midsection of Appaloochie. 17:45 to go. Shot 16-3 Greensboro. Score 4-0 Greensboro. Pass intended for Nito, too far away. Man with it. She'll send it to the far side. Brennan working towards the middle. Now finds Sanzata. Sanzata getting pressure from behind. That's Slayton. Sends it back out to Brennan. Feeds it up ahead. Fighting for possession. Now it's Cole with it. Cole working into the offensive zone to Robinson. Robinson tries to settle. She's got a couple defenders on her. Working to the right-hand side. Shot on the ground and wide. Substitution coming here for Salem. Kramer checking back in. And Slayton to come out. 16:39 remaining. McElwain about to check in for Greensboro with the next opportunity. Kramer trying to keep it away from Taylor. Taylor pokes it along nonetheless. Audrey Edwards getting in the way of that pass, sends it out of bounds. And it will be a Salem throw-in. Wilson in the middle looking for Nito. Nito gets around man, almost got tripped up, and now working into the middle, pushes this one to the far side, and Cole will send it out of bounds. She's had her legs taken out from under her as Cole. It was Shirai. The quick touch there from Nito. I was surprised that Darylyn didn't take it herself. Tried to push it to the right, and Cole I guess Cole didn't actually end up touching. It goes out of bounds, and Greensboro on the kick. Sanzata tries to keep it away from Kramer. She does, feeds it to Dawson near side, right in front of the Greensboro bench. Dawson working on Wilson. We've seen that one-on-one matchup plenty of times here in the second half. 15 minutes to go. Couple substitutions coming for Greensboro. That redirected out in front. Now rolling back into the middle third. Man sends this one high back in towards the box, and Appaloochie will scoop it on a hop. Garrity and McElwain about to check in. Appaloochie punts it away. And out of bounds. We should see those substitutions now. McElwain for Dawson. Garrity for Robinson. 14:40 to play. Again, men's soccer against William P. scheduled for 7 o'clock start time. Men's soccer still looking for their final seedings as well. Taylor on the ground near side McElwain. McElwain tries to work around Wilson. Cannot do so. Wilson sends it out of bounds, but what side of the flag did it go? Over the inline. Should be a corner kick here for McElwain. That'll be Greensboro's 5th corner of the game. 14 to go. McElwain with the left foot. A knuckler out in front. Settled there by Garrity and cleared out of bounds by Wilson. McElwain to throw in. Seeing from a lot of the girls who have opted to wear a long sleeve undershirt, some of them keeping their hands in their sleeves. McElwain with it with a left foot, sent out over the inline again, defensively by Powell, and that'll be another corner for the Pride. McElwain fires this one in far side, headed out by a Salem defender. Now to Man with a knuckler. Appaloochie with it. She'll punt it away right over the middle. Settled there for a moment by Newman, now to Kramer. Kramer feeds this up ahead. Nito, nice job. Kind of flipping it over her head to herself, working far side. She's got to get around 3 defenders. She's gotten around 2. Pokes this one in on Hanson. Hanson with an easy save. Hanson rolling this one on the ground. McElwain with plenty of cushion here on the near side. Now coming to pick her up is Eisenbraun. Flips this one down to Lush. Lush is not going to win that foot race against Wilson, or is she? Nope, Wilson does get there first. Taken away, though, by Lush. She's got the inside line, feeds this one over the middle. Sanzata. Sanzata just missed on the shot attempt, goes wide. Lush with a great feed to Sanzata, who just couldn't finish. 12 minutes to go. Sanzata interrupting that pass. Quick toss to McElwain to Lush over the middle. Lush working left. Back to McElwain. Pushes this around Wilson, but I think a little too far away. They're going to fight for position and possession. It's going to be Lush now. See if Greensboro can get out from the corner. Lush, good job there. Splitting the legs of Powell and now working her way in. That's going to be cleared out of bounds. Great self-pass there from Lush. Let's see if she can do it again. Now it's Sanzata to Taylor. Taylor winds up. Header missed. It's going to go out of bounds. Header missed by Ramos of Salem. So it'll be a goal kick here for Appaloochie. .11:03 to go. This one poked to the near side and taken by Shirai for a moment. McElwain also in the area, goes out of bounds. Greensboro, I believe, will have the throw in. Yes, they will. McElwain, long feed into the near corner. It's Lush. Lush fighting for possession. Back to McElwain. Now to Sanzata just outside the left corner of the box. Over the middle to Garrity. Garrity misses. There's Cole there. Cole fires this one high. And over the net, 10:20 to go. 22-3 on shots. Salem trying to get the ball up the pitch again. Slowly working their way out of their own defensive third. Over to the middle, it's Mann who settles. Now to McElwain near side. Quick one-touch pass to Sanzata. Can't get the return back to McElwain. It's intercepted. Nito with it now. Trying to work on Mann. That one sent far side. Intercepted there by Cole. Pushed ahead by Garrity. Quick touch for Salem. And now Eisenbaum, we're on the near boundary. Edwards fighting with Shirai. Shirai trying to turn the corner on Edwards. Sends it up ahead to Nito. Tries to spin around Mann. She does. Allison has help in the form of tag. Nito gets past both of them. Working her way far side of the goal. That one is redirected out in front. Not sure if it was Hanson or if if that was Taylor who got a foot on it. Maybe a combination of the two. Great defense for Greensboro. They continue to keep the spirits off of the scoreboard. There's a foul and a free kick coming for the Pride. Under 9 to go. .840 to go for Greensboro now. A comfortable 4-0 lead and a spot in the top 3 of the conference, all but assured at this point. Substitutions about to come in for the Pride. Kramer dealing with Taylor. Taylor's going to flip it out of bounds. It'll bounce off the scaffold. 8:20 to go. Kramer throws it in. Wilson. Zari with it now, trying to work around Garrity. Garrity not giving up any ground, so Zari sends it back to Ramos. Feeds this one up ahead. Greensboro takes it away. Taylor. Long feed up ahead. Sykes fighting with, I believe that's Marcondes for it. It goes out of bounds. Greensboro to throw in. But first, substitutions. Grayley coming in. Shortle coming in. And Cole coming out. Mann coming out. Marcondes coming out. Also coming in for Greensboro is Elliott as well. Jenna Elliott played a couple minutes against Wesleyan on Saturday and began for about the last 7:52 here as well. More subs coming. Shaw and Carroll about to check in for the Pride as well. And the subs will have to wait here for a moment. Here comes Salem trying to work their way up the middle. Good job there defensively by Sanzata, pushing Kramer off the ball. Now to McElwain, trying to feed it up ahead to Elliott. Elliott can't get to that pass. Powell instead with it now to Shirai. It goes out of bounds. Wilson to throw in. 7:15 on the clock. Kramer back to Powell to Sykes. Far side to Ramos. Tries to work further up to the left. They've got somebody open down the far sideline. Goes out of bounds. Subs coming here. Taylor checks out for Carroll. Shaw comes in for tag. 6:54 to go. Elliott looking for Carroll. Carroll tripped up there with her defender. It's going to be a foul on Carroll. Ramos with it on the free kick for Salem. Sends this one high into the middle. McElwain settles to the far side. Looking for Garrity now. Garrity, pass on the ground. Looking for Elliott. Instead, Sykes with it. Sends it further back. Back to Sykes. Pass on the ground over the middle is Zari. Zari lines this one up the middle, or up the far side rather, looking for Nito. Nito's got it. In front of her defender. Shot on the ground. Hansen will smother it. Under 6 to go. Darylyn Nito's worked her way to the tune of, 4 shots, 3 on goal. Touch from Carroll over to the near side. That's McElwain. McElwain's got a little bit of speed and a little bit of separation from Wilson working left side. Fires this one just outside of the near post. $5:20 to go. Appalucci, quick touch to her defender. Intercepted there by Shaw to McElwain. Exchanging little quick one-touch passes back and forth. Shaw and McElwain now working the near boundary, trying to find Elliott. It's out of bounds, but Greensboro will throw in. Under 5 remaining. Whistle there. McElwain threw it in, was touched by Salem, goes out of bounds. McElwain was trying to save it, but was unsuccessful. Actually, Greensboro called for an offside, so Powell on the free kick. McElwain gets in the way of it, though. Feeds this one to Sanzata. Nice quick return to McElwain on the left-hand side. Wilson has proven difficult to get around. McElwain trying to do it now. She does. However, that pass is blocked by Powell. Now goes out to the middle. Shortle there. Shortle feeds this one over the middle, taken away by Sykes, and here come the Spirits the other way. Not yet gotten out of the Greensboro attacking zone. Now they have. And as soon as they do, Greensboro trying to take it away. Garrity cannot quite do so, but she's got a little bit of help. Greensboro takes it away. Now it's Lush who has it taken away herself. Zari with it, far side. It goes out of bounds. Greensboro to throw in. 3:30 to go. Pride not in any hurry now. Clock stops as we have a substitution coming. Guzman checking back in. Guzman in, Wilson out. Again, now coming down to 3 minutes. Fighting for possession on the far side. Greensboro to throw in. It's Elliott. Elliott trying to settle. Tries to keep it away from Sykes, but cannot do so. Sykes with it. Pass up ahead to Nito. Nito is taken down. A foul going to be called there on Shortle. And free ball coming here for Salem. It'll be Ramos on the kick. Sends it into the offensive zone. High. Front of the box, headed away by the Pride. Garrity trying to clear. It'll be a foot race won by Eisenbaum to keep it in. Now it's cleared by Carroll. Back out to the middle third. Carroll, a good feed up ahead to Garrity. Runs into Sykes, maintains possession. Well, now spun around, lost it, and it's taken away by Salem. Zari far side. Can't penetrate the offensive zone. Good defense there for Lush. Lush to Sanzata over the middle. Minute 45 to go. Sanzata redirecting over in the middle again. Pass a little bit behind Shortle. Pass a little bit behind Lush over there on the far side. Shortle with it now. Had it, lost it. And she is tripped up. Shortle kind of slid there trying to get to that ball with Shirai. And is going to be helped to her feet now. She appears to be good. She's gotten up, good to go. It'll be a free kick here for Greensboro. It's Sanzata with a wall of 4 in front of her. Under a minute to go. Sanzata ready. The official blows the whistle. She fires far post, just bleeding out wide. That one looked good for a lot of its trajectory, but just kept pushing to the right. Goes out of bounds. Under 30 to go. Ramos to kick it away. Salem not really in a hurry. That one sent high to McElwain. Tried to intercept it. Lost it for a moment. Now Shaw with it. Final 10 seconds. Shaw moving in now on net. Passes this one over the middle. Intercepted. Goes back to Appalucci. And that will do it. Well, Greensboro starts the day as the number 5 seed. They finish the day as the number 3 seed, and the Pride will host in the opening round of the USA South Tournament. Opponent TBD, all the other information, time TBD, but it doesn't matter. We know it's going to be here at Pride Field, and that is what matters. Your final score here today, Greensboro 4 and Salem 0. Scoring summary this afternoon, Greensboro getting on the board first. Trinity Robinson makes it 1-0 at 7:47 in the first half. 17-12, Cameron Marcondes with her second goal in as many games. to make it 2-0 Pride. Then after halftime at 63-36, Shea Brennan with her third of the year, and 5 minutes later, Abby Lush finished the scoring with a 4-0 final. Taking a look at the stats again, shots go 23-5 in favor of Greensboro. On goal, 12-3. Corners, 6-1 for the Pride. Fouls go 3-1 in favor of Salem committing the 3. Individual numbers here today. Darylyn Nito with 4 shots, 3 of them on goal. Greensboro, though, keeping one of the greatest scorers in conference history off of the score column, out of the score column. She will finish the regular season with 22 tallies. Newman with 1 shot as well. Appalucci with 8 saves in 12 opportunities. As for Greensboro, Shea Brennan with 4 shots, 1 on goal, and it was a goal. 3 shots on goal for Marcondes. She scored as well. 3 shots for Taylor, 2 of them on goal. 2 shots for Mann, 1 on goal. 2 for Friedlander with 1 on goal. 2 for Robinson, 1 on goal. 2 on goal for Dawson. She notched a couple of assists today as well. 2 for Lush with 1 on goal. That was a goal. And 2 for Sanzata as well. 1 shot for Cole and an assist for Kendall Cam, who did not get a shot off today. So Greensboro ends the regular season with 10 victories, a 10-6-2 mark. At one point, they were 7th in the conference standings. They finish in 3rd in the conference standings for the regular season. Again, losses earlier today by a couple of teams that Greensboro needed to get past. Methodist fell today, and so too did Mary Baldwin. A 4-1 loss at home against Southern Virginia propels Greensboro from 5th to 3rd in the standings. Again, we know that the Pride will play on Saturday. We know that they will host. That's all we can tell you right now, but obviously once the schedules come out, they will certainly be posted amongst the various social media outlets for Greensboro College. Then we'll get ready now for men's soccer. They know they're in, but much like the women, they don't know what their postseason fate is. We will find that out today. The one thing about the men's side of things, everybody doesn't start play until 7 o'clock, 1 hour from now. We'll be excited to bring you all the action as well, as the men look to punch their ticket into a hosting spot, currently sitting 5th, much like the women did to start today. So we'll see if the results prove to be the same. But again, that game beginning in about an hour. But that'll wrap everything up here for stream number 1 today, and it was a successful beginning to this rainy Wednesday. Final score one last time, Greensboro College 4 and Salem 0, and the Pride will host in the first round of the USA South Conference Tournament. A big thank you to our game day staff as always. These broadcasts would not be possible without them. Our Director of Sports Information, Stephen Weidenhouse. I'm Kendrick Fruits, wishing you a green and white good night. This has been a presentation of Greensboro College Women's Soccer on the Greensboro College Sports Network.